Okay, welcome back to my speed build of the new house that we're building for my super sim Natasha. So this is the part 2 where we are furnishing the house. I will warn you now that this is quite a long video, as you've probably already seen. It's this entire build, I think the files I had for it added up to about 2.5 hours, so the it is a really long build. But as I mentioned in the last video, if you haven't seen that, I'm sure you can find it pretty easily. I will try and do one of those fancy info things in the top corner of the video if you haven't already seen that. But that's where we built the outside, the shell of the house, you could say. But this is the part where I'm trying to use like the furniture that I accidentally selected, that we keep the furniture when I moved them out of their house. So the downside of that is that we did have a lot of plants in our garden, and that meant that it has put a lot of rubbish in my inventory. So like the you'll see me like selling a lot of it, I think, in this video. Thankfully it's sped up because it did take a long time for me for some reason to do those, and it was just so boring for me, so I imagine it is very boring for you. But I don't know, I build this kind of like a bit randomly, so like I do jump from doing one task to another, but that's sort of how I kept myself entertained, I guess. But yeah, did a bit of flooring, doing a bit of wallpapering now. I am not very good at choosing wallpapers, I just sort of choose what looks nice. Oh, and then I start faffing about with the basement here, and I realised that it's doing some really weird terrain tools on the inside, so I have to like sort of hide it using the house, because my plan was to originally have it as like big as I possibly could, to have like this huge like basement area that we can use. But it did, the basement area does end up being quite a good area. But obviously our husband, well, not our husband, but Natasha's husband is a vampire. Oh, the long story of Alberto Rosa, honestly. He is a vampire. He did die, like he did properly die at one point, of embarrassment, and I was so like mortified, like with the process it took. Oh, I had to get rid of the bowling alley. But the process it took for him to bring him back, that I made him go and see Vlad. That's why we have the painting of Vlad down there, and have him become a vampire. So yeah, he's a vampire, and Natasha at the moment is a spellcaster, so that's a very interesting couple. And then of course we do have our one of the triplets living with us still, because two of the triplets are at university, if you've seen the Discover University series on this channel. But yeah, I'm just sort of like sticking in where I think things will go, adding a couple new things in here and there as well. So just like popping stuff in, and when I come up with ideas I do them. But there's me just like staring at all of the stuff that is put in my inventory again. It was so irritating. Oh, we're doing some rooms upstairs now, are we, Jade? Okay. But yeah, I do fit quite a few bedrooms. I think there's 4 bedrooms in total, so like 3 with double beds, because we're a bit like bougie like that, and then 1 with a single bed. And I think when I'm actually playing the game, I make our butler a lovely lady called Kyra. She's in that single bedded room when we start playing it on stream. But a funny story about Kyra is that obviously Alberto is a vampire. I do try and keep him fed on plasma packs and like the plasma fruit that we grow, but it's so annoying. So sometimes Kyra is our choice of meal for Alberto, although hopefully she doesn't remember any of that. We pay her well, I promise. But yeah, this room was sort of going to be not a garage, because obviously Sims 4 does not have cars, but like I thought there was a garage here, but we've transferred it into our little office space for Natasha, because she's a very busy lady. She's a woman of many skills, and obviously she is a super sim, so I don't know, I just sort of use this room to add all of her sort of like desk space, and just all of her like random stuff that she has, basically. Downstairs I did have a plan for a gym, so whenever I saw like something gymmy or like anything like that, I just popped it downstairs so I didn't forget. We had so many paintings that were worth so much, and I was like, I don't really want to buy them again, I don't want to sell them, so I've just been you'll see me plopping them around whenever I get a second to. I'm doing a lot of it here because there's so many repeats that, so I just wanted one of each in each room if I could. So whenever I got a chance, I just sort of like went, oh, which ones haven't we put down yet? But yeah, I'm doing a bit. I did a bit of a selling there. I did sort of dot it throughout the build, so it wasn't just me like doing it for ages and ages and ages. Maybe I should have just done it all at the end, but it was really annoying just having my inventory clogged up like that. But yeah, this is just me using the old chairs and stuff like that from the old mansion. A lot of that furniture is from Get Famous because we were living in the mansion, the Ward mansion. I think I kicked the Ward lady out and we just moved my super sim in. And yeah, so all of our furniture is with us. So we've got a lot of like the I don't even know what you'd call it, the fancy like gold plated furniture we have, like the bathroom stuff and the seats and stuff. But I just sort of just like pop things as we went. We've got the double beds in so far. We're adding in the toilet. I did have a really nice idea for the master bedroom. So the bedroom that we just put the mirror in there does end up with a really nice like closet. It's got like a special shelf for shoes. If Natasha's got a lot of shoes, I imagine she has. I think she's lived for like over 300 sim days now. On stream I did make the mistake of opening up my family tree, and oh my gosh, there is so many generations of family that come under Natasha that is just crazy. Because obviously I have the MC Command Center mod where people just get married and have babies, and sort of the game carries on in the background, I guess. But I did have a lot of trouble with this living room. I did get really frustrated with it because none of the furniture I had already sort of went together in a way that I thought suited this build. So because I did try, and I know that it's quite luxury. Like I like it, like 'cause it's got 4 bedrooms, it's got 3 bathrooms. Like that's not a normal house, but it's still quite small, so it's not like mansiony. So I did want a nice living room, sort of like a cozy. I'm thinking country, but I don't think that's the right word. But I did want a nice, lovely, cozy living room for them, because there's a lot of like wood. I feel there's a lot of dark wood in this build as well, and I think it's just a really strange build. I like it, and that is important. So that is all that is important. But yeah, you know, the we're just adding in stuff still. There's a lot of plants. I did end up selling a lot of the rugs and plants that were in my inventory. I did want to keep all of the special stuff that she's gotten throughout her like careers and aspirations and all the awards that she's gotten over time, but she a lot of it just didn't have a good place. I guess I could have created a good place, but I didn't really feel like it, so I did sadly get rid of it, a lot of it, as me doing some more of the paintings and a few more of the rugs. I did the same with the rugs, so like the rugs, there were just so many of them. I tried to fit them in and like not waste them wherever possible, because a good rug can really make a room, you know. So like I added one in the basement there, and I put one in what will be the butler's room, and then I realised I haven't put any wallpaper on the walls. So this is me going back and doing that with lots and lots of different options. I tried to make that one a bit like matching with the bed, but the one that's supposed to match with the bed I didn't really like it that much, so I just went with a nice brown sort of woodish paintish sort of thing. I'm not very good at words when it comes to building. I'm trying my very best, please know that. I did struggle with this room. I couldn't find a pink that matched the bed and the carpet that we already had, so I don't know what I settled with there. I think I did have to settle with something that went there, but on that rug, I chose that rug specifically because it looked a bit giraffe-y. It went with the build, but I also am a massive fan of giraffes. If you didn't know that, then I don't know where you've been. If you're new, then that's completely acceptable, but honestly, I absolutely adore giraffes. I have a massive collection. I have been meaning to show them on stream at some point. But yeah, I did get this fancy like curved television for them. I thought they would appreciate the lovely bougie television that I got. Oh, and here's another thing. I always forget to put curtains in my builds. So I've built a house and you've noticed that there's no there's no curtains, it's because I just forget. And today, on this build, the specific day that I was building, I didn't forget. And can we all just get a round of applause for me? Because that is like a massive achievement for me. You have no idea. But oh my gosh, is adding curtains and stuff hard. I did just settle for a lot of it. Like a lot of it, I just sort of went, right, this'll do, this'll do, this'll do. And you'll find that I do start using this orange one for some of the rooms where it's a bit like brown. And I did go back and change it live on stream, but it had dinosaurs all over it and I just didn't notice. There is a bit like further on where I zoom into it and I don't know if it'll catch it because I did just zoom into it real quickly and I was like, oh my god, there's dinosaurs on there. But yeah, can you see? That was when I really zoomed in, and I don't think I went back and changed it. I think I just left it and I was like, I'll do that later, because curtains are so frustrating. But yeah, this is the bit where I did the dresser. I was trying to decide which dresser I wanted to use, so I used the one that was a bit more square so it fit in the room that I had made for it a bit better, and then I added in the little like room where she can go in and choose her shoes. And then I think I started just doing like making sure everything looked nice, made this garden area look nice. I do struggle with garden areas because nothing ever looks right for me. Added these like outdoor sofa seats so they can have like little like barbecue days. I don't think I've ever had a barbecue day in The Sims, but I always add a little barbecue area in most of the builds. I just really enjoy doing it, and especially because this one's like really like black and white themed, I absolutely adored it. Had a little picnic table, and yeah, that was it really. I think I do try and add a path in, but I think I decided that it was a bit too much path. Like the path at the top, the front that I've already done, I think I made it looked quite good. Oh, and then I went back and made the windows and the trim on the greenhouse black. Realised that I'd not done the basement and then gave up. I did go back and finish the basement live on stream. It's not really that interesting. I think I literally just looked at it and decided that I didn't want anything else. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Once again, if you've got any feedback, constructive criticism, I would really appreciate it because I've never done one of these before. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye!